In recent months, the biblical hero David has seen a resurgence in public interest following the release of Prime Video's David series, and Angel Studios' animated portrayal of his life. You know the story. Little shepherd boy, big angry giant, one sling, one stone, one shot. Goliath's down. But buried deeper in the Bible, there's another version, one where David isn't the killer at all. And centuries later, it seems that a third version tries to fix the mess by introducing a whole new character. Are these mistakes in the Bible, or is there an explanation that will clear it all up? Let's get into it. There are 3 passages in the Hebrew Bible related to Goliath, and they don't seem to all line up. First off, there's 1 Samuel chapter 17, the one everyone knows. David, the shepherd kid, kills Goliath of Gath with a sling and a stone. It's cinematic, it's poetic, it's perfect. But then there's 2 Samuel 21:19, the one almost nobody talks about. It says this: Elhanan, the son of Jer-Oregim, the Bethlehemite, killed Goliath the Gittite, whose spear was like a weaver's beam.
Am I David or am I Elhanan? I forgot. Either way, I've got a giant to kill. I might take out his brother too.
And then there's 1 Chronicles 25. Elhanan, son of Jer, killed Lami, the brother of Goliath. Wait, did Elhanan kill Goliath, or Goliath's brother? Did he kill both? Are there 2 Goliaths? Okay, let's review real quick before we get into any possible explanations. We have the 1 Samuel passage that says David killed Goliath, and then we have another account in 2 Samuel that says Elhanan killed Goliath. Then we have a third passage that says Elhanan killed Goliath's brother. What is strange is that both passages say, like a weaver's beam, to describe the spear. This means the author likely knew of the other account and was adopting the imagery. They quote it word for word. If this were a different Goliath, you would expect to see it written in the passage that this was not the same Goliath. We have good reason to believe the 2 Samuel account was written before 1 Samuel chapter 17. You might think, wait, how is the 2 Samuel story older than the 1 Samuel story? Originally, there wasn't a 1 and 2 Samuel. They were a single scroll in Hebrew, just called the Book of Samuel, and it was a patchwork of older war tales, hero legends, and court histories, and they aren't always in order. The Book of Samuel was so long that when it was translated into Greek, the scribes of the Septuagint decided to separate it into 2 volumes. Let's look at 2 Samuel 21:19 again. If you read this verse in an NIV or KJV Bible, it will say brother of Goliath. If you read it in an ESV or an NRSV, it will just say Goliath. In the KJV version, the brother of will come italicized because it isn't in the original Hebrew text. The footnote will point you to 1 Chronicles 20 verse 5, which does say brother of, implying that this was accidentally left out. Neither the original Hebrew or the Septuagint version of 2 Samuel include the brother of. They both just say Goliath. Modern translators are adding these words so that 2 Samuel doesn't contradict 1 Chronicles and 1 Samuel. The brother of being accidentally left out explanation is a lot weaker than it sounds. 1 Chronicles is written centuries later than Samuel. If this theory were true, then a major contradiction would have been present for hundreds of years with no scribal correction until suddenly Chronicles fixes it. That is not how scribal cultures behave, especially when David is the central hero. Goliath is iconic. Some people would rather become gold medalists in mental gymnastics than admit that there is a contradiction in the Bible. People have gone as far as saying that Elhanan is another name for David. This is the worst attempt at an explanation. The Bible explicitly shows Elhanan to be David's servant, and they even tell you who his father is. Spoiler alert, it's not David's father. So we've gone over attempted explanations, but let me give you one that actually makes sense. In the original Hebrew of 2 Samuel, Elhanan is called the Bethlehemite. In Hebrew, that's written like this: Bet ha Lakmi. Now imagine an ancient scribe copying by hand, with no spaces between words. He looks at Bet ha Lakmi, and his brain segments it wrong. Instead of Bethlehemite, he reads it as Et Lakmi, Lahmi. A brand new name is born right there on the scroll. Then, realizing this Lahmi character was supposed to connect to Goliath somehow, the chronicler adds, the brother of Goliath. And just like that, the contradiction is patched, at least on paper. This isn't some nitpicky footnote. This is one of the cleanest, most undeniable examples that our modern Bibles preserve visible editorial stitches. You can literally see the evolution. Goliath was originally remembered as killed by Elhanan. David inherited the victory as his legend grew. Chronicles patched the text to protect the later tradition. The Bible is an impressive compilation of writings, but being authored, translated, compiled, and handed down through thousands of years by fallible human beings, this is exactly what you would expect. Some contradictions do exist in the text. Even if you were to say that this is a fringe position, which by the way, it isn't, and that everything has been cleared up now, this shows that there was at least a point in time where the scripture was wrong for hundreds of years. And it begs the question, how do we know that isn't the case for the scripture that we have today? When people say the Bible has no errors, this story right here says otherwise. You can trace the fingerprints of scribes trying to protect David's reputation. You can watch the myth grow from a gritty one-line warrior tale to an epic of divine destiny. You can literally watch the word Bethlehemite morph into Lahmi, and with it watch a new person appear in scripture. And that's kind of beautiful in its own way. It shows the Bible isn't a static monolith. It's a living document shaped, corrected, and rewritten by generations trying to make sense of their past and their God. And to me, that's one of the reasons I find it really interesting and love to study it. So next time someone tells you the Bible has no contradictions, ask them about David, Goliath, Elhanan, and Lahmi. If you have any comments, corrections to what I've said in this video, or things to add to it, then I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and I'm sure I'll be back with another video soon.